Hello, I'm Janae Tibshirani with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get a wrap of what's happened around the world overnight. With news, the Federal Reserve has kept interest rates on hold for the sixth time in a row. Yet a divided Federal Open Market Committee says the case for a rate hike has strengthened, indicating a move is likely by the end of the year. Markets have their bets on December, following the US presidential election. Fed officials have scaled back their expectations for future hikes, now seeing 2 rather than 3 increases for next year. They expect inflation to rise to its 2% target in the medium term. The US Central Bank is continuing to tread cautiously amid concerns around global risks and inconsistent data. It's used the same qualifier it used in its July statement, saying the labour market will strengthen somewhat further. It says although the unemployment rate has little changed in recent months, job gains have been solid on average, household spending has been growing strongly, but business fixed investment has remained soft. The Bank of Japan has taken a more brazen approach towards achieving its inflation target. It's made an abrupt shift towards targeting interest rates on government bonds after years of money printing has failed to jolt its economy out of stagnation. While the bank reassures it will keep buying large amounts of bonds and riskier assets, the policy reboot opens the door to an eventual winding down of its huge asset purchases. It's also made an attempt to repair some of the damage caused by its shock move to negative rates earlier this year. A Morgan Stanley analyst describes the bank as starting to pull back some of its troops from the battlefront. Other central banks struggling to revive growth are keeping a close eye on the Bank of Japan's radical stimulus efforts. Back home, the focus is now on the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, which is expected to keep interest rates on hold at 2% this morning. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield remains at 1.69%. The US benchmark oil price has jumped above $45 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just below $47 a barrel. The gold price is up to $1,324 an ounce. The New Zealand dollar has jumped following the Fed's announcement to 73.6 US cents. It's dropped in the last 24 hours to 96.5 Australian cents and risen to 65.8 euro cents. The TWI index has inched up to 76.7. I'm Janae Tibshirani, and that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.